I moved in here in 1951, and we had that huge blizzard and many more blizzards. I never had frozen pipes. You know, it's just ridiculous.
The faucet is finally running again for some of the homeowners who've been without water for days in Niagara Falls, but the trouble hasn't dried up. Who's responsible for these costly repairs?
Should the city foot the bill, or are the homeowners on their own? News 4's Lou Ragoose has an update now on the story we first brought you over the weekend. Lou?
Well, Don and Jackie, I just got off the phone with the company making those repairs. They say of the 14 homes that have been struggling for a week without water, 4 of them now have the water running again, but the rest have been temporarily connected. Besides fixing the problem, though, homeowners want answers and for someone to take responsibility.
It was not fun.
Annette Melcher has never been so happy to do the dishes.
You don't know what you miss when you don't have it.
Hers is one of 12 households in a Niagara Falls neighborhood that has been dealing with no water for a week. And with the tap now running again, the mood at the Melcher residence is much happier than across the street at Antoinette Vanut's house.
Well, I'm disgusted.
She was the first to lose her water last week, and it's still not on. On top of that, she spent $1,200 out of her own pocket for a plumber who told her there was nothing he could do.
He worked for 2 days, and they steam blew the pipes. And they came in and told us they got as far as the curb, they could go no further. It was now the city's problem.
But in fact, finding the source of the problem has turned into a real problem. The Niagara Falls Water Board wrote residents a letter telling them by law the frozen pipes are their responsibility. But Mayor Paul Deister hired a plumber on a limited state of emergency to thaw the pipes before this week's storm and hopefully find the cause.
We don't know what it is, but we believe there's a systemic cause for this.
But neighbors living up and down these streets have a theory. About 3 years ago, the city redid this street, and they suspect the water lines were not properly insulated.
I think the way they reconfigured it caused the problem.
The city officials, they're skirting the issue, but they know what's wrong. And that's why they put out this contract with these people.
And at 87 years old, living at her 72nd Street home for 63 years without a problem like this, Antoinette says it's time to make it right. Mayor Deister says the priority will be to keep the water running through the winter, and then at that point address the root of the problem.
Lou, these poor people. And if you hired your own plumber to do it, will they get reimbursed from the city?
Yeah, you heard that lady say she spent $1,200 already. Some have spent even more. And what Mayor Deister is saying that is they should keep their receipts. He can't promise that they'll be reimbursed, but they can present those receipts to the water board and to the city after they figure out what caused the problem.
All right, we'll stay on top of this one for sure.
Absolutely.
And we have